neon colors. We're back in Cyberpunk, ladies and gentlemen, because today's review is of a T238 product, which actually got sent to yours truly by the company because they saw my review, they liked it, they loved it. A company rep contacted me and was like, hey, you want to review our latest product that's actually under $50? Around the $50 price tag. And yes, that's no corpo lie. That's real, my chums. And believe me, this thing is really, really good. Although I didn't get the RGB model, that's fine. I can always just use my own money to basically support this company because I absolutely love this company. I am now a T238 loyalist, ladies and gentlemen. Much like I'm a Militech loyalist. Then again, I always have been a militaristic man, so it's no surprise. What product is that? Well, it's this. The T238 Griffon. Yes, you heard right, the Griffon. Honestly, I love these naming conventions. The last one I reviewed was the T238 Spitfire, which is actually pretty good, and again, a 3-in-1 tracer unit for Nerf, Gel Ball, and Airsoft. This one, sadly, is only for Gel Ball and Airsoft. And you know what? I would probably be upset at that, but when I saw this thing, and I actually saw how it worked with a certain gun I have, I was immediately happy as hell at the aesthetics. You're probably wondering what I mean by that. Well, if you remember me showing you Bob, and of course using Bob for the BB test, and even you saw Bob, of course, with the flashlight review, you know exactly what I mean, because if you just look at this design is so much... I love T238 because they actually give you a simplistic box. They don't try to overcomplicate it. They give you all the basic information on the box. This is black, not chrome, or silver, whichever one you want to go with. You know, one of those things, my chums. And, again, this is standard, not the RGB, and you know what? I'm not upset with that. But the cool thing is that, aside from this thing comes already threaded out of the box. And, again, the other best thing about it is... it comes with all your basic stuff. It comes with a charger, a charging cable, a manual, which is simplistic, tells you everything you need to know about it in the most simplistic voice, and gives you a diagram. Thank you! T238, thank you! If you remember my last tracer review, this is my third tracer review. If you remember my second tracer unit review, you know what, we're not going to drudge up the past like Johnny Silverhand coming back from the dead thanks to the shard, or at least the soul killer shard. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about this tracer unit that, I'll be honest, I absolutely love. And for good reason. Look at this thing. Actually look at this thing, which, now that I think about it, you probably can't see a lot considering all the, well, neon, so we're going to go ahead and shine some light on the, on this, shall we? Much better. Proper attire, too. Which makes sense, considering that, again, if you look at the design of this thing, this is definitely something you would find in on the streets of Night City. Hell, I would not be surprised if this was a design made by Militech, and not the other company that we will not talk about, because they are just... yeah. Moving on. So the design of it is actually triangular. Kind of similar to Magpul in a sense, or at least has that lovely Magpul aesthetic where you get this, just this mix of retro modern, and I love it. The other thing though, much like the other one, well, not like the other one, you can remove the sleeve here. And yes, you can. The way you do that is you actually undo these two screws here, you undo these two screws here, and you literally have to yank on this sucker, because there is not one, not two, not three, but four O-rings in this sucker. So that means this thing is extra protected from moisture. And you see this is not the button. The button's actually back here. Once again, simplistic and not going to get in your way, is not intrusive, is actually very good. I will not be painting this though, because I like it the way it is, and the way it looks on Bob, which is badassery over ballistics, Bob. I just love the look of this. And the best part is that, again, if you buy another one of these things, you can actually interchange the backs and the bodies. So that way, if you want a basic matte black back with a chrome body, or a matte black body with a chrome back, then bada bing, bada boom. This thing is, of course, threaded for 14mm negative, which thank God on high for that. I was about to be afraid this thing was positive. Most of the threads I have are all negative. Thank you very much. Now, again, coming back to this is actually where your charger is. Now, you're thinking that, you know, it's attached, right? No, not really. It's not attached. Boy. And getting it off is easy, and easy to lose, considering that that little piece right there will be easy to lose. So we're just going to set that there on top of there so I know where that is. But removing that gives you a micro USB. And much like the other T238s, this thing actually charges. And unlike the Spitfire, where if you spin it too much, you'll misalign the lights themselves and kind of not have that flash, T238 basically removed that bit of worry and basically polyurethane front. And yes, this is polyurethane. This is basically shatter-resistant polymer glass. Well, I'm not going to say glass, it's clear polymer, meaning that if you get shot with this right here, and yes, this is actually pretty thick stuff, like, you can actually see how thick it is just from there, if you can. I hope you can. Which means that, no worries, if this gets shot out, it's not going to shatter. Like, if you basically take a direct hit down the muzzle here, it's not going to shatter. Also, it is a lithium-ion battery, meaning that you have a lot of charge time. And once again, T238, again, doing their thing, this thing will basically get you through a pretty good amount of shots. The count from the manual, I think, said over 3,000 shots? Or more. Let me get the manual, actually. I need to double check on that. My bad, actually a little lower. This thing will actually do up to 1,500 rounds. So if you got those 1,000 round something magazines, yeah, that's going to be pretty bad for you. But this one actually has a max fire, or a supported max rate of fire of 50 rounds per second. So, yeah, speedy boys. Not exactly going to be great for that, but for someone like me who actually has a lower rate of fire, or at least below that 50 RPS set, I'm fine with that. I literally am. I'm not trying to be a speedy boy. I just like to see the tracer units fly. The other thing, though, is that, again, the manual is simplistic. Literally, look at this manual for both models. By the way, I love that chrome. I really do love that chrome. And it even shows the different things. The other thing, though, ladies and gentlemen, that I absolutely love is, again, simplistic directions, diagrams. Thank you! Like, seriously, it even gives you a clear-cut description of how the thing's supposed to function. And again, couple that with a diagram. Thank you, God. Thank you, T238. But you don't care about that, do you? You care about how this looks aesthetically on a gun. Well, I'm going to be showing this off with only one build and one build alone because of the theme that I absolutely love with this, and the fact that I will have this on my gun, on this particular gun, and I'm not taking it off because it looks so good on it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Bob. Huh. That's not right. The name's supposed to be here. That's why I'm going to show you how to undo this and show you how to get this swapped over so it looks just right and aesthetically pleasing for all of you at home. First, you want to remove the charging cap, because believe me, that's actually important. You want to do that before you even consider doing what I'm about to do. You're going to want a small Allen wrench and just undo the two screws here. Don't lose these screws, trust me, they are, you don't want to lose them. And hopefully this thing will come off, correction, will not come off easy. It really doesn't. Like I said, those O-rings are going to basically be a pain for you, which means you gotta literally wiggle and struggle with this thing. Now that we got that fixed, here's Bob with the T238 Griffon. And let's be honest, this thing looks so good with it. Like, Jesus Christ, look at this. Just look at this. Look at it. Especially with the PL50 flashlight on top. That just completes the look. Oh, that looks so so good. It really does. Like, oh my god. Of course, trying to get to the button is going to be an absolute pain, but you know what? That's why you basically can, you know, more or less just undo that to where you can get your finger up in there, or just take it off completely and turn it on before throwing it on here, which, by the way, this thing is literally friction fitted hard enough with metal on metal that you could actually remove the back screws here and basically forego any possible breaking of the parts on it that basically the screws screw into, which are not actually part of the circuit board. They don't really do anything outside of keeping it on there, or at least keeping it a bit extra secure. But again, this thing is such friction fit in that you don't gotta worry about it coming off or flying off. The thing literally is, it literally takes you screwing onto a piece of metal with a back to it, hammering the hell out of it just to get this off. That's how friction fit it is, folks. That's how friction fit it is. That's how tight it is, like a toy gun. But enough of that. You're here for tracers. You're here to see this thing in action. So let's take it outside in the dark and see exactly how this looks. For those who don't know, I'm currently in the perfect low light conditions. The only way you can see me is if I have a flashlight on me, which I'm going to try and have a flashlight on me. Right now I'm in low light conditions with Bob right here, and I've got it loaded up with tracer BBs. So right now I'm going to get the tracer unit on, and we're going to see what this thing looks like with the tracer unit, with the flash and the tracer on me, and you're going to see muzzle flash. I understand this thing is fully charged now. Let's see what this thing can do in the dark, shall we? Alright, muzzle and tracer on. If I can find the button. Yep, muzzle and tracer is on. Screwing it on now. Tracer unit is on. Loading up the magazine. Oh man, I cannot wait to see what this thing looks like. Got that flashlight on down there. Flashlight is off though, because I want you guys to see this. Let's see what this thing looks like from the front, shall we? A little bit of full auto burst. I love this thing. Now we're going to see what this thing looks like up in the air. I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees, and for some reason I speak in Vietnamese. Now we get back inside and give our final thoughts. I cannot stress how much I love T238. How much I love their tracer units. Well, I am a little saddened, just a little bit, that this tracer unit can only do gel ball and airsoft. At the same time, I'm happy. I am happy that T238 apparently is deciding to just do specific tracer units for specific things. Because while, yes, the Spitfire is still a favorite of mine, I am, of course, also happy that they have decided to go, of course, the route of also pertaining to airsoft and gel ball. And again, I absolutely love the look of it! Like, again, this looks so good on a cyberpunk build! It really does. The black contrasting with the chrome. It looks so good, chums. I'm not joking on that. Like, oh my god, I cannot stress enough. Go get this. Go get this right now. Pin comment down below to not only this tracer unit, but also the T238 web store on Amazon. I may throw on their website. I don't know yet, but I am going to throw in their Facebook at least, because again, follow the Facebook page and just look at the products that are coming out of this company. They are making such good products. I am not even joking on that. But either way though, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I've been AirsoftAL, and if you want to help out the channel to allow us to get more T238 tracer units in, then here's how you do it. Down below are 3 links. One is, of course, our friends over at Braytac, who make 9mm blank adapters. The Thunder Bee grenades that literally take these CO2-powered grenades and turn them into 9mm blank impact grenades. Our kit is coming in, and you should wait to see the review on that. Going through that link down below actually gives us kickback if you use that link, meaning you are helping support the channel while also getting a wicked kit at the same time. The other way is directly, which we recently got a $5 donation from Westeros, from, of all places, Wattpad, who actually wants me to do a sponsored review on his story. So I'm like, you know what, why not? What the hell? So, big shout out to Westeros, and of course a big shout out to AK Cat, who gave us a $60 donation recently. And, again, 2 ways you can help donate directly to the channel to help out with this. There's a PayPal and a Cash App link down below, so you can use either one of those services. But, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftAL, and next time on AirsoftAL Reviews, we take a look at face protection and see exactly why you shouldn't skimp out on it. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen.